So you're not going to come at all. Is that it?
Elliot, I can't help it. I told you I had a babysitter, but the plans changed. I mean, don't you think I want to come over there? I don't want to stay here with a stupid kid.
Well, get used to it, darling. You're going to be sitting at home with that baby for many more years to come. You really should get yourself a permanent babysitter, you know.
Oh, sure. How? I don't have any money. My allowance has been shrinking every day due to inflation. And besides, you know how much money I pay for this apartment. And with my clothes bill, it eats up every single penny that Mother sends me.
I got my own money problems, Raven. Don't talk to me about yours. Besides, yours are all going to be solved when Mommy goes to her eternal reward, right?
Elliot, you sound like you're mad at me. You know how I hate it when you're mad at me.
I know, because you think I'm going to put that infamous letter of yours in the mail and then address it to Logan Swift, Esquire, right?
That's not funny.
Right. Look, I'll be around about midnight. Or maybe sooner if the crowd stays as thin as it is right now.
Elliot, look, don't come tonight, okay? I'm a mess.
I'll turn out the light. I won't notice.
No, please, please, don't come tonight.
I'm going to be there at midnight.
Elliot, Jamie is very cranky. And when he gets in a bad mood, you know how upset it makes you.
All right. All right. Look, I think I'd better call you back when you're both in a better mood.
Okay. Good night.
Don't you have anything to eat around here? The only thing I could find was potato chips and baby food.
Cliff, is that what you came over here for? To eat?
That's not what I came over here for. I didn't come over here to discuss business, especially legal business. You know what? Now I'm not going to have any legal business now that Mike Carr finds out what a big mouth I have.
I told you I'm not going to tell Mike Carr who told me. I'll tell him somebody else told me.
Who?
I know other people.
There's only one other person who knows anything about this, and Logan would not talk in 1,000 years.
No, he wouldn't talk, would he? Because it would ruin the little game that he's playing with his prime witness.
Wait a minute. This is no game. Look, I know Logan, and I know when he's in love with a woman. And believe me, he's in love with April.
Not true. I am the only woman that Logan Swift is in love with. And he may pretend he's in love with other women just to spite me or to prove to me that he doesn't love me. But never will he stop caring for me. Do you understand? Never.
Okay, take it easy.
Too nice to be cooped up in an apartment, even if it is a penthouse.
I get the idea you are now about to ask me for the rest of the day off. You're going to slip inside, change into a bikini, and head out to the beach.
Well, that's not exactly what I had in mind, but... Oh, it's such a lovely day. I'd like to take Julia for a stroll before the sun gets too strong.
Oh, I'm sure she'd love it.
I hope you'll join us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wish I could, but I am expecting company.
Oh, then shall I fix a tray?
Oh, no, thank you. If you just take care of Julia, I would prefer to have my company alone.
Is everything all right?
Yes, of course. It's just that, well, I could make a very long list of ways I'd prefer to spend the morning.
Because you don't seem too enthusiastic about your visitor.
Well, Molly, let me say this. The person who's coming over here is a bit on the unpredictable side. And when she bursts into a room, the only thing you can expect is the unexpected.
Or maybe you'll be lucky and she won't bother to put in an appearance.
Oh, I can only hope. I'll get there.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, you haven't given up on me, have you?
Hello, Raven.
Look, I finally just got a babysitter. I'm gonna be a little bit late, but I'll be there, okay?
Raven, you would have been more than welcome to bring Jamie over here.
No. The way way things are going with Logan and I half expect him to jump out of a bush and try to take Jamie away.
That's absurd. He'd never do any such thing.
I don't know.
Listen, what is all this about anyway? Last night when you called me, you told me it was the most important thing in my whole life, and I know you exaggerate.
I am not exaggerating. You are going to faint when you find out what I have to tell you, and also it's going to prove what I've been saying about Logan.
What's that supposed to mean?
Look, I don't want to talk about it on the phone. I'm going to be right over there. But wait till you find out what Logan has been doing behind your back.
Just a second. Yes, Maggie. I'll take that. I'll only
Boss,
be a minute. Just a minute. Derek, what can I do for you?
Logan, look, I hate to be the bearer of bad news so early in the morning, but I thought you'd want to know this.
Oh, what's happened?
It seems the cat is out of the bag. I got a call from Raven late last night. She said she heard a rumor going around that Draper Scott was still alive.
Terrific. Raven knows.
Now, she has her facts about the autopsy pretty straight. She certainly knows the body was misidentified.
What'd you tell her?
I told her that what she heard was grossly exaggerated, that it was simply a case of misidentification, and that we'd have it straightened out shortly.
Certainly like to get my hands on the person with the loose lips. I'd be happy to fatten him for him.
Look, boss, I got something to tell you.
Just a minute, Derek. What is it?
Well, you know, you've been under a lot of pressure lately, and well, so have I. And so I think I better split. So have a good time up in Graham County, okay?
Derek, did Raven say who told her all this?
No, she wouldn't tell me who she got this from.
Well, did April's name come up in your little chat?
Yeah, it did. She brought it up, not me. But I warned her. I warned her not to go spreading this rumor around.
I hope she takes your advice.
You know, Logan, she has picked up on the way you're trying to protect April.
Oh, great.
She thinks your motives for keeping April in the dark are personal ones.
Derek, I'm sorry. I hate to cut you off, but I gotta go. Thanks for calling.
Stay cool. I'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Are you sure there's no one here? Because believe me, this is for your ears only.
Raven, Molly is out with Julia. If you'd like to check the closets, you're more than welcome. But what is this big mystery?
All right, I'll tell you, but first I want to ask you a question, and I would like you to be very honest with me.
Raven, this is beginning to sound like another one of your ridiculous games. Could you please get to the point?
Is Logan in love with you?
What?
Ever since the funeral, you two have been inseparable.
We helped each other through a very rough time.
And one thing led to another.
My personal life is absolutely none of your business. I don't even consider it a topic for discussion.
You don't have to be secretive. I've seen the way he looks at you. He used to look at me that way.
If you are so interested in Logan's business, why don't you just ask Logan?
Look, don't get upset. I mean, you can have him if you want. I just want to know if the feeling's mutual.
If you have something to say to me, say it, Raven. I have absolutely nothing to say to you.
Has he, kissed you yet?
You're incredible. You have no idea when to quit.
Well, a kiss is a dead giveaway. I mean, you always know the way a person feels about you, and you...
If this is why you're here, I have really had enough.
All right, April, don't throw me out yet, because I do have something very important to tell you.
Hello.
The most important thing in your
Yes.
life. And after I tell you this, no matter what you think of Logan, you're going to change your opinion. You won't think he's so much your friend.
I think you can tell him yourself.
What?
It's not a fact. You can tell both of us.
April, I don't know what Raven has been telling you, but whatever it is, I wouldn't pay too much attention to it if I were you.
Logan, she's actually told me nothing, although she keeps promising something very momentous.
What are you doing here? Did you come here to have breakfast?
No, actually, I just had this feeling that you might be here, and I thought we should have a little talk. Could we have a cup?
I have nothing to say to you. I came here to see April.
Just 1 or 2 minutes by ourselves.
Don't
I'm
let
sure
him boss you around in your own house.
Raven, I prefer to leave.
We won't be long. I promise.
What do you want?
I want to have a little talk with you, and I
No.
want to have private. Come on out on the terrace, will you? This is just between us. I prefer to keep it that way.
Why don't you want April out here? You're going to throw me over the ledge? You'll never get away with it, darling.
You going to tell her what you learned about Draper?
I think it's her right. He's her husband.
That would be just about the cruelest thing that you can do to give her that kind of hope. After all, the odds are 100 to 1 against his still being alive.
Well, there might be a miracle. You never know, do you?
She's just beginning to learn that she can have a normal and happy life without him. It's giving her strength. Don't take that away from her.
You mean don't take her away from you, don't you?
Oh, come on.
If she finds out that Draper is still alive, that sort of knocks you right out of the ballgame, doesn't it?
Do you know he's still alive? Do you know that for certain? Because I don't. You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, don't I? What will April think when she finds out that this little conspiracy of silence was started by you for your own selfish motives?
That little innuendo doesn't even deserve a reply.
Because it's true, and you are a lousy liar.
Raven, if you have an ounce of decency in you... No, let me put that another way. I beg you. Look at me, I beg you. For April's sake, don't tell her.
This means a lot to you, doesn't it?
It means a lot to April and to Julia.
I bet. All right, I tell you what. I won't say a word.
Well, thank you.
I do want a little something in return.
That figures. All right, what is it?
When you go back to the office, I want you to call Mike Carr, and I want you to tell him to drop the custody suit.
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
I want you to promise me right now that we will have an out-of-court settlement.
Consisting of what?
I know how much you love Jamie, Logan, and I respect that. I really do. I'll be very generous with visitation rights. You can take him whenever you want. You can have him all the time if you want.
Well, what do you get out of all this?
I just want it on the record that I am the controlling parent.
That's all. You just want the upper hand.
Yeah. I think it's a pretty good deal. If you agree, you get Jamie, and I don't tell April.
Raven, if you've got an ounce of decency... Now, I'll put that another way. I'm begging you, all right? I'm begging you. For April's sake, don't tell her about this.
This obviously means a lot to you.
It means a lot more to April and Julia.
I bet. All right, Logan. Tell you what. I won't say a word.
Thank you.
But I want one little thing in return.
Well, that figures. What is it?
When you go back to the office this afternoon, I want you to call Mike Carr and tell him that you want to drop the custody suit.
You gotta be kidding.
No. I want you to promise that we will settle this thing out of court.
An out-of-court settlement consisting of what?
I know how much you love Jamie, and I respect that. I really do. I promise I'll be very, very liberal with my visitation rights. You can see him as often as you want, practically all the time.
Then what do you get out of all of this?
I want it on record that I am the controlling parent.
Oh, you just want the upper hand, that's all.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good deal. If you agree, you get Jamie, and I don't tell April.
I think I'll pass.
Why? If you sign on the dotted line, you get everything you want.
I don't get full and permanent control of Jamie, and I swore I'd settle for nothing less.
Oh, Logan, come on, be practical. This is the next best thing, and it's guaranteed. If you go to court, you might lose Jamie and never see him again.
If you have any control over Jamie's future, he's the one that stands to be the loser. You don't deserve to have Jamie, and God knows he doesn't deserve you.
Well, I just wonder what April's reaction's going to be when she finds out that the stiff in the coffin that she cried and cried over may not be Draper.
Well, she's a lot tougher than you think she is, and I don't think she's going to fall apart.
Well, we'll just see about that.
However, I don't think I'm going to let you tell her about this.
Oh, you're going to throw me off the ledge?
No. But I'll tell her myself. That way she'll hear it with a little compassion instead of sadistic delight.
Wait a minute. All right, I'll compromise. Tell you what, I have an idea that you just may be able to deal with. Okay, Logan, why don't we just sit down and discuss this thing rationally, okay? Okay. You say that you want to have a messy court battle. Okay, fine. We'll have a good time. But why don't you leave her out of this?
What, are you joking?
No, I'm not. If you don't call her on the stand to testify, then I will leave here without saying anything more than, have a nice day, April.
You're incredible, you know that? You're just incredible.
Logan, you're the one who keeps telling me what a good case you have without calling her on the stand.
Well, you're the one that destroyed that letter, which is why I need her testimony.
Well, you're the one who's going to benefit from this whole deal.
Just how do you figure that?
Because I know how difficult it will be for you to call for April on the stand now that you've put her on such a pedestal.
Yeah, I don't want to call her on the stand. I know it can be rough up there, but she knows how important it is for Jamie to be with me, and she's willing to do what's necessary to see that he is.
You're getting a lot of mileage out of her.
The only reason that April is caught between us is because you thought her place was the perfect dumping ground for Jamie when you took off for England.
Only temporary.
No, please spare me that fable. I've heard it before.
Well, you know, I'm just sitting here thinking, if I tell April that Draper might still be alive, she's not the only one who will suffer. I'm thinking of poor little Julia, spending the rest of her life wondering if her daddy will ever come home.
Raven, you are a terribly sick woman.
And then, of course, there's sweet April. If she has one glimmer of hope that her husband may return, she will lock herself up here on this ivory tower and spend the rest of her life waiting. And then where will you be?
I always heard that beauty was only skin deep, and here you are, living proof. Inside, you are ugly.
Skin deep used to be good enough for you. Still fighting it, aren't you? Trying to convince yourself that an anemic blonde is what you want. Well, look, you might as well give up all hope after I tell her about Draper.
You want to know something funny? I pity you.
Save your pity for April, because she's going to need it.
You got a deal. I'll keep her out of this.
You swear?
Oh, sure. I'll keep her off the stand. It's not going to do you any good, though. I've still got you dead to rights on this abandonment charge.
Well, you just keep fighting, honey.
And, Raven, don't forget that in order to win, you will have to perjure yourself. That means risking going to jail for the sake of the joys of motherhood. Somehow, I don't think you're going to do that.
I'll see you in court. All right, April, we're all finished. You can come down now.
Well, I certainly hope you and Logan have gotten everything all straightened out.
We sure did, but now I have to go somewhere.
Wait a minute, Raven.
No, really, I'd love to stay for coffee, but I don't have time.
I thought you had some earth-shattering news to tell me.
Well, that I did.
Well,
I guess you'll just have to ask Logan now. He's got all kinds of secrets. Look, why don't we get together for lunch sometime soon, okay? Bye-bye.
thing all right?
Couldn't be better.
Well, then why are you so upset?
Raven has that effect on me. I'll get over it, though. 5 years, 10.
You know, I think I know why Raven came over here.
You do? Why?
She, wanted to find out about us, if there was anything, you know, between us.
Well, you know Raven. She didn't invent gossip, but she certainly perfected it.
Yeah.
I've intruded on you enough this morning. I think I better go.
Logan?
Yeah?
Are you hungry?
Well, I hadn't thought about it.
Well, Molly and Julia are in the park, and it is almost lunchtime, and I don't like to eat alone.
Which way to the kitchen?
You know, something tells me that your talk with Raven has ruined your appetite.
Something tells you correctly. While we're on the subject of food, I'm not going to be able to make our dinner date tomorrow night either.
What?
I'm sorry.
Logan, you know you're going to give me a complex. I think this is the second dinner date this week you've backed out on. I mean, should I dye my hair or something?
No,
Black?
please, no, don't.
Purple.
As a matter of fact, I'm not going to be able to see you for a week, maybe more.
Why not?
I'm not going to be here. I've got a little vacation time coming to me. I thought I'd take it.
I see. Well, you deserve it. I think it's absolutely terrific. Should get away from everything for a while, including me.
How can you think that?
What do you mean, how can I think that? You have been decidedly cooler towards me for at least a week or so, and it is not my imagination.
Well, it's just the work that I've had to do recently. I got a couple of cases on my desk that are driving me up the wall. One in particular.
Why don't you just tell me a little more about your vacation? Where are you going to go? What are you going to do?
I'm going to go upstate. I try a little fishing.
Sounds good.
Hope you'll be able to keep Raven away from your elevator door.
Don't worry about me, Logan. Besides, Raven is the only one who thinks we're friends.
Well, I want you to have some company while I'm away.
Well, thank you. That is just very considerate of you. Are you finished?
Yes, thank you.
Besides, Emily Michaels and I have been spending a lot of time together.
Michaels, I owe you an apology. I owe you a dozen apologies.
That many? Whatever for?
Well, I told you I was going to pay a call on the reclusive Mr. Michaels, and I just never got around to it. I didn't get a chance.
I guess it's because of this tremendous workload you've been telling me about.
Well, I don't suppose you've had a chance to make his acquaintance yet, have you?
No. Emily has told me that he has ensconced himself in Oakdale. He lives and works there now.
Well, that would mean you'd have to go up there in order to say hello, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's right. You know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I do.
Well!
Oh, look who's here.
Home, sweet home.
What's she doing?
Oh, she's sleeping.
She just woke up? Oh, come here. How was your walk in the park?
It's perfectly lovely. I met two very nice new mothers, and now Julie has a couple of friends her own age.
Oh, your daughter's becoming a social butterfly, huh? How you doing, gorgeous?
Oh, I'm sorry. Molly, this is a friend of mine, Logan Swift. This is Molly Sherwood, my housekeeper.
It's nice to meet you, Mr. Swift.
Nice to meet you, Miss Sherwood. I've heard a lot of good things about you. Hope you're taking good care of these ladies. They're very special.
I'll do my best. Well, you'll excuse me. I think it's obviously late for our nap.
Oh,
come on,
poor sweetie. Whoops.
Whoa, excuse me.
Don't worry about the
Mrs.
carriage.
Scott.
I'll put it away.
Thank you. Come on, darling. Up to bed.
Sleep, baby.
She seems very nice.
Yeah, she is. Does a terrific job around the house, and she's wonderful with Julia.
Well, thanks for lunch. I guess I better go.
Anytime.
Call you before I leave, all right?
Thanks.
I will see you. And soon.
Have you, forgotten anything?
Like what?
Well, I mean, you used to, well, you used to kiss me goodbye. Forget it.
Well, no, I don't think I will forget it. I mean, when you're right, you're right. Elevators.
Yeah.
Elliot, if you were any kind of a gentleman, you would help me with this.
I was gentleman enough to supply the champagne, and I still don't know why.
Because it's for a celebration. Oh! You see, something wonderful happened. I made a deal this morning, and it is going to bring me millions.
Mommy's millions, I take it.
Yes. Shall we toast to Mommy?
I'll drink to that.
Oh, wait a minute. Actually, I have a better toast. To chivalry.
Oh.
You see, there are still knights in shining armor out there ready to help their lady fair.
I take it you're not referring to me, huh?
Definitely not, you cad. This is to my husband, Logan Swift.
Why the sudden fondness for Logan?
Because this morning he promised me that he will not call April on the stand at the custody trial.
Because of chivalry?
Yes. Well, actually, it's a little more complicated than that. To tell the truth, it's a miracle. You see, at this train wreck, there was a big mix-up of the bodies, and they didn't really bury Draper Scott's body in his own grave.
What are you telling me? Are you serious?
Yes, isn't it incredible? It's the truth. They checked his dental records or something, and that's how they found out, and they think that he might still be alive.
Lord. Does April know about this?
No, that's the whole thing. Nobody wants to tell her, especially Logan. They're afraid she'll get her hopes up that Draper's still alive.
But if he were alive, surely we would have heard something by now.
No. They don't really think he's alive. They think he drowned or something. They're afraid that April will spend the rest of her life lighting candles in the window. I don't know. But the point is, I promised Logan that I wouldn't tell April, and he promised me that he wouldn't call her on the stand. Now, I think that that is a wonderful bargain. Cheers.
Yeah, almost too good to be true.
No, it's true. Logan will keep his word. And don't you look at me like that, because April had every right to know, and she also had every right to know that it was Logan who was keeping it from her.
I see.
I mean, she'll find out eventually, but not from me. My lips are sealed. And so is the bargain.
So that's what you meant by chivalry.
Mm-hmm. You see, Logan was afraid that the effect might be very bad on poor April sitting in her poor little penthouse. You know, when I think of that insipid little creature living in that beautiful apartment, it makes me sick.
Because she's living better than you, right?
Yes, but not for long. Soon I will come into my own.
Tell me something, Raven. Mm-hmm. If this was supposed to be such a well-kept secret, how did you find out about it?
Because I have friends. Cliff Nelson told me, and then I confirmed it with Derek Mallory. I talked to them on the telephone a couple of days ago.
The hell you did. You probably wormed it out of both of them with your usual approach to men.
It's not true. I didn't see them. Elliot, I didn't see them. You know I only see you. Come on, you know I only care about you.
I'll get that. Yes, Oscar. Just a minute. Mrs. Swift is downstairs.
Tell her I'm not home.
Oscar, would you tell her Mrs. Scott isn't home? Oh, you told her she was. Yes, send her up, Oscar, thank you. Could I get you some coffee or anything?
No. No, thank you. There will be no overt signs of hospitality.
Hello, how are you?
Just fine, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And what can I do for you, Raven?
Well, I am here looking for a missing person.
Well, if you came here to play hide and seek, you're in the wrong place. There's no one or nothing under either the sofa or out on the terrace or anywhere else.
I see. Well, I'm looking for my husband, and this does seem to be his favorite haunt these days.
Sorry, but you're a little late. Logan left town this afternoon.
On business?
On pleasure. Vacation.
I find that very hard to believe. My workaholic husband doesn't know the meaning of the word vacation.
Well, maybe he just looked it up in the dictionary and decided that he needed to take one. He's been under a little bit of stress lately.
Well, he didn't say anything to me about it, and an impulsive vacation is certainly not part of his character.
Believe it or not, Raven, some people are actually capable of change.
Well, I'm sorry, but I find it hard to believe. It doesn't make any sense. He has to prepare for this custody trial, and that's only 4 weeks away.
Well, maybe he feels he has enough evidence that it's all taken care of, and the only thing that's left is the shouting match.
But his strategy isn't even set yet, especially considering his latest change of tactics.
What are you talking about?
You mean you don't know? April, Logan has changed his mind, and he is not going to call you as a witness. From the slightly astonished look on your face, I assume that you didn't know.
Well, this happens to be the first time I've heard it.
Well, Logan has changed his plans, and he's decided not to call you as a witness.
Are you sure you have your facts straight?
Mm-hmm. He told me himself.
Well, now, why the sudden change?
I don't know. You know how gallant Logan is. He probably decided it would be a lot more fair to you if he didn't call you on the stand and put you through all that third degree.
Raven, Logan and I have already discussed that.
Well, maybe he was just being practical. Maybe he was afraid you would crumble under cross-examination, and then your testimony, as well as his case, would go down the drain.
Raven, I really do hate to disappoint you, but I won't crumble. Besides, now why should I believe you?
Why should I lie to you?
Oh, I don't know, Raven, but finding rational motivation for any of your behavior is never easy.
April, I am telling you the truth.
Well, maybe you are. Just maybe you are, but I think I will wait and hear it from Logan himself.
Well, you go right ahead, but you're not going to learn anything new. And when he does tell you the news, I hope you won't try to talk him out of it.
You are so afraid of what'll happen if I testify, aren't you?
No, I'm not. It's just that Logan is the lawyer. And if he thinks this is the right way to handle the case, I'm sure you wouldn't want to try to change his opinion. I'm going to have another drink. So, you and Logan have been getting awfully chummy.
Raven, I've already told you I don't consider that a topic for discussion between us.
Yes, I know. You're best friends. April, I think I better set you straight. Logan is a man, right? And all men are alike.
What are you getting at?
Let me put it this way. I suspect in the past week that Logan's attitude toward you has changed. Has he cooled off considerably?
I hadn't noticed.
Well, it's true. I know it is, and I can tell you exactly why.
Raven, I really think it's time for you to leave.
I hope you don't think that his affections that he has lavished upon you have been genuine. Because I'm afraid, honey, they've only been a ploy to take advantage of the widow's
Scott. I don't think you heard me, Raven. I said good night.
Your testimony was the only thing he was concerned about. And he lavished affections on you because he needed you. I'm sorry, but that was his intent. So that you would be there when he called. All right. Just put this in your mouth. No. Look, you can play this if you just put this in your mouth. Okay, Jamie, come on. You're being a royal pain in the neck. Will you just eat this, huh? Yeah? You can play this later, okay?
Maybe it's a tone of your voice. You sound like you force-feeding a man-eating tiger.
Oh, shut up. If you can do any better, you come over here and do it yourself. Hey, Jamie, look.
Doesn't Jamie know it's past his bedtime?
He is not as fond of bedtime as you are, darling. Besides that, he still sleeps alone. Come on.
You're really going to have to get a sitter.
I don't have any money. But I'd love to get my hands on some cash.
Why not open your palms in my direction? The Elliott Dawn National Bank has stopped giving out loans right now.
Well, maybe I'll just have to change my lifestyle. I'll have to cut down on a few things. Although I must admit the thought of that gives me the hives.
Face it, darling, you'll never change.
I wonder if he's too young to put in a summer camp.
Even that costs a pretty penny.
What am I gonna do?
Well, as far as I can see, you got two alternatives. One is to buy a winning lottery ticket. The others are no good.
Mom, yeah.
Secondly, you can wire Mama and tell her to increase your allowance.
All right. I've already bought a lottery ticket. It's in my purse, and it's wrapped around a four-leaf clover. All right. All right. I'm going to take you to bed just for a second, okay? Just for a second. Now, you come in here, and you go to sleep. Okay? All right. Be a good boy. And I've also written a letter to Mother. And, I, in a very nice way, put the bite on her.
What did she say?
Well, I haven't gotten a reply yet, but I'm sure the answer is going to be no. She has a lot of money, but she does not like parting with it.
Is there mention of any financial things in that letter?
What letter?
Oh, the one lying by the phone, one with the English stamps on.
I forgot all about this. The first 3 letters I opened were bills, and I was so depressed I didn't even look at it. Besides that, all she ever does is yell at me in her letters and give me stupid advice.
Oh, maybe this one will have something of interest.
Well, there's no check. She says the weather is lousy. I hear that every time. Wait a minute.
What, does she mention money?
No. But I think I can probably ask her for it in person because she is coming to Monticello.
Well, I'm looking forward to meet Mr. and Mrs. Ansel Scott.
Well, don't hold your breath because she's coming by herself.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, it seems that he's held up with some litigation at the Old Bailey.
When did she say she's coming?
She doesn't say exactly, but she says approximately a fortnight.
And what is the purpose of this visit?
She's sick. She's been very ill the past few months, and she can't seem to find a doctor out there. So she wants to come back here and meet with a doctor friend of ours who she trusts.
Oh, well, you can have another house guest.
Are you kidding? Not on your life. Mother will rent one of the most elegant suites in Monticello, and that's just fine with me because the Palace of Versailles would be too small for the 2 of us. Say nothing of this dump.
She'll want to see the baby. The heir to the millions.
That's true. I have 2 weeks to get ready, and I have so much to do.
Such as what?
Well, first I'm going to have to go paint the nursery. Or maybe I can put up some wallpaper with that stupid Mother Goose stuff on it. And then I'm going to have to buy some furniture other than the crib. And I'll have to go to the toy store and get a bunch of stuffed animals and, of course, some educational games.
Jamie's not going to know what hit him. Be careful, he might think you love him.
Look, seeing is believing. And Mother is soon going to see what a wonderful mother I am. Hello? Oh, sure, just a minute. It's for you. It's the unicorn. I think it's Charlie.
This had better be good, Charlie. I told you not to contact me here except in emergencies.
This is an emergency, boss.
Don't tell me the house is on fire.
No, it's nothing like that. We got a sort of a riot going on here.
Oh, I should have hired a bouncer.
No, the place is packed with a bunch of nice-looking kids, but they're all standing around demanding to see Kelly's puppets.
What has Graff been doing? Plugging his dolls outside the door again?
Well, it seems that some DJ on one of the rock and roll stations gave us a plug. And he said the kids showed up to be in store for a terrific free puppet show.
Well, what are you waiting for, Charlie? Give the people what they want. Get McGrath out from behind that light board and put him on center stage.
No can do, boss. Kelly's not here. He's just night off.
Miles, Nicole, hello.
Raven.
And it's my favorite fleece cheese.
Hello, Raven.
I haven't seen you in ages. You two are the handsomest couple in Monticello, don't you think so?
Right, Raven. Well, anyway, at the moment, we're the busiest. I've got to get back to the office.
You're
and
right.
Miles
Oh, no,
has
don't go yet. I would like to have a little talk.
No, really, I don't have too much time.
Oh, come on,
either.
Derek, 5 minutes, please. I have something very important to talk to you about.
All right.
Raven, really, I'm sorry, but I do have a scheduled meeting.
Oh, that's okay.
Nicole, it's good seeing you again. Miles, talk to you soon.
Thank you very much. I'll see you down at headquarters in
Okay.
a couple of days.
Derek, thanks again.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Raven, your time has started.
I have a complaint.
No, what is it?
It's with you. You told Logan about what I told you.
I don't know what this game is now. Make yourself clear.
You know what I'm talking about Draper's autopsy.
Keep your voice down.
All right. The body that was supposed to be Draper's. You told Logan that I knew what was going on.
Well, I thought he should know. It's too bad if you disapprove.
Derek, how could I possibly disapprove of what you do? You make up your mind and nobody can change it. It's one of the things that makes you different than other men I know. It's one of the things that makes you so attractive to me.
I think you're attracted to every man.
That's not true. I know I'm a flirt, I admit it, but it's all unconscious. Perhaps it had something to do with my childhood.
What is this now, the Let's Psychoanalyze Raven game? You think this one's pretty cute, too, don't you?
You don't believe me anymore, do you?
Mm-mm.
Well, I think I know why. I know why you don't trust me anymore. Because you don't trust yourself. You're afraid if you get involved with me, I'll hurt you like that other woman.
What is this now? The Let's Analyze Derek game? Is that it?
Derek, you won't know how you really feel about me until we really get together. And that's gonna happen very soon. And there's